Hey, welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to convert an ordinary fence into this beautiful and useful gate using the Adjust-A-Gate gate kit. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. So this is the fence that we'll be converting into a gate. This is the front part of it that faces the front yard, and the other clip shows how it looks like from the backyard. A gate will be really convenient and super useful because I plan on adding a play structure back here so the kids can get it in and out real quickly. The next step is to remove the section of fence you want to convert into a gate. But remember, this kit can only make a gate that is up to 60 inches wide, so don't remove more than that. For the next step, I had to remove all the nails from the fence boards and 2x4s because I was planning on reusing them. It's a good thing I had some help. After that, I dug the hole for the post and took my time to make sure that it was square and plumb. Then after that, I used temporary bracing to hold it into the perfect position before I put the cement in. Alright, so I got the hole done for the post, and you want the hole to be at least a third of the height of the post. So if you want a 6-foot post, you need to have at least 2 feet in the ground. And I kind of ran into a unique situation over here in which I had both sprinkler lines and a drainage line for the rainwater and whatnot right directly underneath the cut right here. And I kind of had an idea. Well, I didn't know it was there until about after I started digging, but I knew it was in the general vicinity, so I was careful and I didn't hit it. But what that means is I wanted it to be shifted to a little bit more to the right so I'd have a nice tight fit. But in order for it to get square and plumb, that's not going to be the case because we got this pipe underneath that cut. So we're just going to have to attach maybe these metal angles or metal brackets from the post to the 2x4s, and that should secure them there. Then we'll use like a board to cover up that gap. But as of right now, this is nice and square. I can check that. Use right there. Obviously, right there, and I'm going to check the other side. And we're going to go ahead and pour the post, and perfect. Let's do it. Pour the concrete, I should say. After that, I poured the cement for the fence posts. Then I secured the 2x4s to the 4x4 post using these 90-degree Simpson strong tie metal brackets. To resolve the gap, which was caused by the original issue of having the pipes in the way of where I would have liked to install the 4x4 post, I used a 2x2 wood strip and fastened it to the post. Alright, so this is what I'll be using to convert my fence into a gate. It's called Adjust-A-Gate Contractor Series model. Now, they do have another model of this. It's just for smaller fences, or smaller gates, I should say. And it also looks like this one is a little bit more sturdier, and I think a little bit more easier to install based on these fasteners here. That one you kind of have to rely on being able to make a perfectly perpendicular hole, otherwise your gate's gonna be completely off. I think that one's around 70 or 80 bucks at Home Depot, and this one's around 110, so about $40 of difference. But I went ahead and went with the little bit more heavy duty one. But this one is for gates that are at least 6 feet high, right there. So 6 feet or taller. So mine's 6 foot exactly. So that's what I went with. If you have a smaller gate, you may have to use the other one. All right, let's get this thing out of the box and let's see how the install goes. The first step in the kit install is to attach the frame hinges to the wooden post. All right, so to attach the frame hinges, you want to measure from the top of the post to the bottom of the post and get the center. So in this case, it's a 6 foot post, so the center of that is 3 feet 36 inches. So then you do 20 inches above center, then make a mark, and that's where the center of this bracket will go. So there's that mark right there, and that's where the center of this bracket is. And 20 inches below center, and that's where this bracket goes. And then you just screw it in with the 2 large wood screws that's provided. You'll probably need an impact, but note the orientation. The top hinge faces towards the center. The bottom one faces up towards the center. So either way you look at it, it should face towards the center. And the gate's going to be going this way, and so that you do want to make sure you notice that the bracket is on like this. Otherwise, you couldn't just as well put it like this, but then you'll find out in the next step that your gate is opening in the wrong manner. All right, that's the first step done. Next, loosely attach the hinges to the hinge side of the grate frame. The frame is labeled which side is the hinge side and which part of the frame is the latch side. Then after that, slide the bottom frame hinge into position onto the bottom post hinge and tighten the bolt. After that, slide the top frame hinge into the top post hinge and then tighten up that bolt as well. Afterwards, insert the spreader bars. Then attach the latch side of the frame to the spreaders and spread them out to about 1 inch of where the latch is going to be attached. In the next step, cut the 2x4s to the width of the frame and insert them into the holders on the gate and screw them in from the bottom. Next, we'll be assembling the truss cable. This is important as it'll prevent the gate from sagging. All you need to do is slide the S-hook of the truss cable into the hole at the lower corner of the latch side of the grate frame, then hook the turnbuckle onto the hole at the opposite top corner of the hinge frame, form a loop on the loose end of the cable, thread through the cable clamp, slip that loop into the S-hook and pull cable tight, secure with clamp and cut off any excess. After that, you can use an adjustable wrench to tighten up the turnbuckle, which will make the cable nice and tight and prevent the gate from sagging. Then it's time to add the fence boards. You can use either nails or screws for this part. Alright, so when I went to install the latch hardware, I realized that it was designed to be installed on a 4x4 post. And even though my post looks like a 4x4, it's actually not. It's actually not those dimensions. It's a metal post surrounded by wood all the way around. So if I was to install the latch that came with it, it'd be very difficult to push down on the handle and get it to open. So lucky for me, these latches are like $5, so I went to Home Depot and got another one, and I'm just going to install that. So this is one of the examples of a little bit of adjustment or customization, if you will, that you're going to have to do when installing these kits. So to make the latch system right here, I had to add this block, which I screwed down to the top right here, and then I made a hole for
the cable that's going to pull this up right here. And you know, the moment of truth is we're just going to let this thing go. There you have it, smooth as could be, with almost no reveal at all. So now we're just going to finish up some fence board here and tidy this thing up. So this thing's almost done. I went ahead and finished off the fence boards. I added this piece to kind of hide the top of the board, and one on the bottom to hide it, and this piece to hide any sort of reveal. Only thing I need left is to add that steel cable to pull it out, but in the meantime I can just kind of reach over and pull that out that way. Still needs to be stained, but overall quite happy with how it works. It's smooth, no creaking, no wailing noises, and it goes on pretty smoothly. My goal was to reuse almost all of the wood posts, the 2x4s and the boards, and I was able to do that. I had this one chip on me a little bit, but I just filled it in with wood glue, and I'm gonna stain it so it should be concealed, because my goal was to keep this under a certain budget. I really only wanted to pay for the kit, because this is fairly all new fence boards anyways, so a little chip is not gonna hurt. I just gonna paint right over it. It's like 100 degrees out here, but I'm still working, and as you can see, that's pretty smooth. Looks good. The old paint makes it look kind of weird, but yeah, it works smoothly. So this project is pretty much all done. I got the paint all done. It went to Home Depot and they matched it pretty well with the previous one. And I also got the gate latch cord on as well. As you can see, these trim pieces blend in nicely. Can't even tell that I added them on over here. And if you come over to the cord over here, you're just going to pull it to unlock the gate, and it just opens up nice and smooth. And I also was able to do a little bit of a touch up on the other side. It looks a lot better now. And yeah, so this kit is actually pretty good. I would not hesitate to recommend it or use it again. The only thing I would say is it's not you know, magic potion or anything. It's not gonna automatically convert your fence to a gate. You may have to make some adjustments and some modifications as you go along, as you kind of saw with this build over here. So if you found this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign.